right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Game number 2 of this best set of 3 is now finally here. We were having some coordinator issues, a minor patch of some sorts perhaps, but either way, we should be good to go now as we are jumping into our second game. TFT up 1-0. Entertaining game, no doubt, there in that game number 1. Back and forth. We got to see the third Roshan and all the effects from that. So, hell of a game. Excited to see what happens here in game 2. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by AsBest once again. The bands are done. Here we go with the first pick now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can guess at any point what anyone's going to choose for first pick. Maybe that Doom, it really did show off its worth in that final team fight. But neither of these teams, they're not letting through the fun heroes. And I know you said we saw the worth of the third Roshan, but Chessie never used that ability at all. I'm gonna keep beating that drum until he hears me, man.
Yeah. We had the opportunity to see something from a TA that we probably won't get many opportunities from, frankly, because, again, I don't see TAs building Aghanims themselves. But, yeah, that's maybe a time again will come down the line. But Tiny is going to be the first pick for the final tribe, so that is not your everyday first pick hero. But if there's a player in the scene right now that would be to prioritize this, it is Chessie. He is arguably one of the best Tiny players out there, so they do it for that reason, I'm sure.
I mean, it's Chessie and Limp, isn't it? It's both of them again. They're so good at this hero together.
Yeah.
And he did receive, a bit of a buff, not just the crazy weird Aghanim Scepter, but he does have a bit more intelligence. So you are able to use a few more spells. Well, maybe one more spell before you're out of mana when you're at a higher level eventually.
Radiant team
I'm like sitting here. Okay, see, that was one of those where I read the ags and I was like, I don't even understand this, and I just kept reading. But now that I'm looking at it, yeah, tree volley. That's so okay. That's weird. So it just keeps launching trees at people. Essentially, that's fun. But yeah, as you pointed out, the intelligence growth being increased is a pretty big buff. The tree grab cooldown reduction on top of that, the grow now provides 3 more armor at level 1, and then even 2 more at level 2, and then 1 more at level 3. So, he's certainly got some good buffs. Coddle's a nice teammate to also have with him, but how about that opening of Doom Grimstroke for SexyAsF? That's the pairing that I was talking about.
Yeah, you were saying that Grimstroke made it through the entire draft in the last time, and it looks like it's just because it's not favored by the final tribe. But, we saw them play this Grimstroke for their first pick, I think it was, for SSA Spartan yesterday, and now they have a great pairing with it, the Doom. We saw what the final tribe were able to do with it, and maybe SexyAsF will be able to do even more with a full-on double Doom.
10 seconds remaining.
Double Doom, something that's hard to pass up if you have the opportunity. So SexyAsF does not pass up the opportunity, so they pick it. And now Ursa Lifestealer bans from them after the TA Batbiter bans coming out from the final tribe. But yeah, back to the Coddle. Coddle, again, good synergy with Tiny in the sense of that Chakra Magic, feeding him the cooldown reduction as well as just the mana pool. So I'm sure we'll see that throughout the game, and something for Tiny to take advantage
10
of.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, Kotl also got, like a nice little buff where he got the mana leak added to his Chakra Magic. So if you use it on opponent now, they lose mana, but it's a percentage of their current mana instead of, as it previous used to be, a percentage of their total mana. So it's a little less potent, but it's a nice little buff. People were getting buffed. Kotl wasn't getting picked enough. But, oh, wow, they have the Grimstroke Juggernaut again. And we saw the strength they were able to have in lane previously.
Man, that was very fast Rubik picked up by SexyAsF. And, again, I can't blame them, especially now with the Earthshaker pick from the final tribe. So Rubik, a snap pick and great against Earthshaker. A couple of reasons. You got Coddle abilities, nice to steal. Tiny wouldn't mind either. So, yeah, Rubik continues to be the hero of this tournament so far, it feels like. Pretty sure we've seen him in pretty much every game, now I think about it. So, although, was he last game? Maybe not.
He wasn't playing the last game, but it is most of the game, so I can't see I disagree with you there. Just an instant snap pick. He's able to seal that Fissure. He pairs so well with the Grimstroke because you get that double Fate Bolt, so you're doing like 640 magic damage, I think, and that's not even including Arcane Supremacy increase of that damage. So it's a really nice
Radiant
combination,
team
and
ban.
especially when you can get it versus the Earthshaker.
Oh, the Morphling response, though, from TFT. Once again, a Morphling picked up into a Doom. Always going to be a little worrisome, in my opinion, for that, but still a hero that overall is very strong, of course, has some coddle support to help this game. They choose the
10
Morphling as
seconds
their
remaining.
go-to carry.
Yeah, it's
5 seconds remaining.
obviously the Morphling versus Doom. We can talk about it to, you know, the end of the world. Eventually, he probably will build a Lincoln Sphere just for that safety that he desires. But, you know, we saw Focus. He built a
Dire
Lincoln Sphere and he
team
still wasn't able to avoid getting doomed a bunch of the time. But I'm a little bit worried about the pressure that they'll, the side of SexyAsF will be able to put on this Keeper of the Light Morphling game. It's not insanely strong a lane. Obviously, Morphling does CS well. But, you know, Rubik and Doom, those are two heroes who pressure very, very hard.
Certainly do. Grimstroke
10
as well
seconds
included,
remaining.
and especially with the synergy of Juggernaut too. So they're going to be running at
5
you. His
seconds
sexy
remaining.
SF strategy. Thunder Tribe has to react to it, and they have ways to do so. Blinding Light, they have the Earthshaker Fissure, like we talked about. Morphling can, of course, wave from
Dire
away,
team
so
pick.
certainly they can address it. Their final pick, it's
Radiant
going to be an
team pick.
offlaner, I would think.
Monkey King.
Oh, interesting. Monkey King.
So
Huh,
I
yeah.
think this is either an offlane Earthshaker or an offlane Tiny
You
then.
may now select your heroes.
That's what I was just about to say. It's maybe that I was trying to throw them off with like, oh, they have Chessie. Of course, it's going to be mid Tiny, and then all of a sudden, it's a mid Monkey King now, perhaps. But Snap OD pick, SexyAsF, very confident with their draft. See, OD comes out right now, and it is Chessie on Monkey King.
Yeah, I have to be honest here, and I think the side of Sexy have won a pretty good draft victory, in my opinion. This OD, you know, it's going to have a great time versus the Monkey King. You're not really able to build up those Jingu stacks. You know, he'll have an Astral Imprisonment as soon as you get to 3 or you try to really pressure him. And just the OD versus a Morphling, you know, you're stealing intelligence, you're
10
dealing pure
seconds
damage, you're
remaining.
getting rid of his mana. It's such good counter to the hero.
5
And I think the
seconds
pressure they're
remaining.
going to be able to create on the other lanes with the other heroes, I really favor the side of Sexy. I think they have their lanes sorted out, and it should lead them into a strong mid to late game.
Zebe on the Earthshaker, unfortunately does not have the Arcana. Luckily, we got to see it yesterday, actually, the South America region. I was casting for the qualifiers over there for the minor, and one of the players, Moose, I think it was, ended up having the Arcana skin and got to show that off playing Earthshaker. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, Zebe will be in the offlane Earthshaker this time, and Hanskinen playing the support Tiny instead over there. But yeah, I do agree with you. SexyAsF, the OD, the way it is so confidently picked up, and it's a great matchup no matter who you would want to put mid. So it really comes down to who are you willing to sacrifice the most, I guess. Could they maybe send Earthshaker mid and be like, you know, do your thing and have fun and have Monkey King, I guess, go in the side lane, or would that be silly?
I'm just thinking about the Monkey King versus the Juggernaut as well as the Grimstroke, and I don't think he has much of a better time because, you know, even though you would get that heal because it's versus a melee hero, there's just so much magic damage, you know, with that Inkswell as well as the Blade Fury. So I think he just has to put up with the OD, unless they want to try something else, because he
Prepare
can
for
use
battle.
the Mischief to try and dodge some of that astral damage if it's, you know, on another creep or something. As long as he's not affected by it directly.
What is this courier, by the way? Beetle charging down mid lane. All right, he places the ward, and we'll run back towards the mid lane to start blocking. But it is going to be a Monkey King middle. And thank you, bro. Nice. And those battle pass points.
Yeah, I mean, they should really be tipping Zibe. If he's going to be playing the Earthshaker, he's the one who needs all the points he can get.
True. Yep, unfortunately doesn't have it. Jesus.
Wow, a
30
very
seconds
public
to
statement there by Skylark. And But what is worth noting, instead of Sexy making us laugh in the chat, is that they seem to be running an aggro tri-lane, or an aggro duo lane at least, into this Morphling. They really want to keep him down.
Tiny's going to wrap around. And he might steal this bounty rune, actually. SexyAsF is like, oh, yeah, let's go get theirs. And Hanska's like, all right, cool, I'll just take yours. Sniped.
Yep, very nice work. 3 runes for the side of the final tribe.
That was very well played by Hanska. Walking through the mid lane, and they just had no clue that he was there. So it is the aggressive tri lane, though. And who is that TPing? It's Coddle. We'll be TPing up here, and Tiny's also going to join them, of course. So Earthshaker left in a 1v1 at the bottom versus Doom. I assume it's okay for him, of course. And both of them are going to get farm.
I think it's more okay for the Doom, though. Because Doom, obviously, he does have this insane regen with the Devour. And, you know, when he gets a few points in this Infernal Blade, in the Scorched Earth, I think Zibe might have a bit of a rough time. And Doom is very happy to be left by himself because, you know, he'll hit a quicker level 6, he'll get more points in the Devour and can eventually get a big creep. So I don't know who this favors. I mean, he will farm okay at the beginning here on the Earthshaker, but eventually I think he does get pressured out.
Yeah, that's fair. I think Earthshaker is okay, at least in the beginning, though, too. But yeah, as the levels start adding up, make it a little more worrisome. Especially with the Infernal Blade, as you mentioned. But top lane, curious tri-lane matchup. Again, Coddle's got that Illuminate spamming. Without the Blinding Light, we'll see if he levels that at level 2. But it's using this Illuminate in the creep wave even, so the lane is going to be pushed up. He is, oh, he's attempting a pull. Does that work? Okay, I was going to say. He tries to pull it.
So one thing I do have to say is, you know, I just wasn't thinking about the OD's now even better versus the Morphling than he was previously with the change to equilibrium. Now it has that mana steal. Like, this Morphling, he's going to have no mana whenever he fights up against this OD, and that's going to be a real problem.
Holy crap. Yeah, so that was one of those I didn't even notice in the patches. So he passively provides up to 32% mana steal. All damage, not just spells. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a very interesting one. I haven't had because this patch did come out while I was sleeping, I haven't had a real chance to, you know, play around with how everything works in demo mode. But just in theory against the Morphling, that sounds very powerful to me.
Yeah, that sounds really good. And the fact it's tripled when he has a spell use on it, like so from the Astral Imprisonment to his Arcane Horn, that's ridiculous. From the sounds of it. Yeah, that's gonna be fun to watch, and maybe why they're so confident too with the snap pick of the OD, like, haha, we read the patch notes, they didn't. OP hero. We'll see. Focus. He gets a tip out to Chessie, meanwhile. Trying to make him lose focus. But
that one must have been you must have been waiting on that one for a while now.
I've been trying to work with that name, yeah. It's I got the dad jokes that I've been working on. Yeah, I got a 15-month-old, so it's been developing.
Yeah, just ruminating all those ideas. But you know, I'm a bit surprised we're having a try on tri-lane and we're still yet to see first blood. Hanskin, he does have the toss, so you know, if anyone's out of position, they could get tossed back to someone and it's out of position for the rest of their team. But everyone playing it very safe here, and because this is an elimination match for the side of Sexy if they lose, isn't it? Yep,
elimination match in the series, but of course 1-0 lead right now for TFT. They're the ones in the slightly better spot. Keeper of the Light did get Chakra Magic at level 2, so has has been using it on himself. Doesn't have Blinding Light yet, but I'm curious if he looks to use that aggressively in some case. Probably not. It probably just is better off as a mana bump and cooldown reduction for the laning stage right now. But that tool is there for the eventual. Down the line, as we were mentioning, as middle lane, how is the mid going? 22-4, Monkey King 18-0 OD. So Chessie is actually managing very well in this mid matchup.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with how he's been doing. I think it probably gets harder and harder the more points you get into Astral. But yeah, still, great work here by the Monkey King. Obviously, not the most melee hero, does have that not ridiculous range, but still a pretty big one.
This is the mana being stolen there even. Well, OD getting it after the Astral Imprisonment. Of course, good combo, only level 1 of Equilibrium, but it's something to look out for. We are coming up to the 5-minute bounty runes, 20 more seconds. You see, especially at the top lane, heroes are starting to position themselves appropriately. Is that a smoke? Yeah, it was a smoke from Rubik as he's wrapping around. So some mind games happening.
Hanskin, I think he's going to be able to steal this room from them. They see him, but SSA's blocked. But Cheshi actually rotated for this.
Arrow winning way too quick right there. The sole second using the blind light. But anyways, with the support of Monkey King, they are going to get the kill on Mikasa. First blood going their way. Spin on top of Monkey King, but he's just like, all right, I'll man up. Focus to realize this, that he's not going to win that. Tries to spin out, but it's not in time. So it was a funky start there, but it's a 2-for-0 for TFT and the bounty runes. Looks like it was, what, a 2-for-2 bounty runes as well. So yeah, very good for TFT.
Yeah, it's a nice rotation there from Chessie. He's just sticking around in the mid lane with the Jingu stacks. He was able to build top. Things obviously pretty hard for him. Skylark has hit his own level 6. So Zibe probably might be a tiny bit afraid of the Doom if Skylark had any more mana. I'm actually very impressed with how this Earthshaker went. Maybe it's because, I don't often get to play one-on-one lanes as a offlaner versus offlaner, but he's actually winning in the CS. Probably not in the net worth thanks to Devour. No, I take it back. He's winning in everything, so great work here by this Earthshaker.
Oh, wow, that net worth tries. Oh, top lane, apparently air goes down. Spin from Juggernaut. Happens to catch up to him. But then looking at the net worth chart, it's a very interesting one right now. It's kind of bouncing back and forth a little bit. But the top 3 right now are actually all on SexyAsF. The next 4 belong to TMT. So only 6.5 minutes into the game. It's something radical, but still the slight advantage you could argue for the Radiant side right now, despite the kill advantage for TFT. But top lane, we're definitely going to have more action. Tiny wrap it around, they catch focus, but he gets the spin off. Auto attack from Mortarplate, and the neutral creeps will finish the job. To TFT's dismay. However, they get Grimstroke. No stopper? Ooh, he's out.
Yeah, already used the Boundless Strike to be able to get on top of him. It's lucky for the side of Sexy that they were able to get the neutral creep deny. They had a lot of damage. The Tiny, having that TD, I thought they'd easily be able to get that that kill on the Juggernaut, but just wasn't to be.
Port to the bottom lane. Rubik. That's Juggernaut, excuse me. Rubik's actually dying at the top lane. As, yep, Frost will finish him off with the adaptive strike, so they have the catapult push working with them currently. But I just mentioned Juggernaut porting to the bottom lane, so that's Doom's go ahead to get the hell out of there and go elsewhere. He is level 7. So he is going to devour that Satyr. As of course he has level 4 devour now. And we'll eventually head towards maybe more of the jungle, if not all the way to the top lane.
Yeah, Zibe, he's going for the. I think I think it's acceptable to call it the boxy shaker build, yeah, with the first item Aghanims, which is really interesting. It's been a while since we've seen the Aghanims come back into vogue after it got nerfed, so you can't use it while you are rooted anymore. That's really when people started going back to the Blink, because ASOS was still very popular. But it looks like he actually just wants this Aghanim first, and he's had a very good time farming here in the bottom lane, so I can't say I doubt him. Yeah,
well, yes, the root mechanic sucks, but there really isn't any root outside of a Devour, maybe, from Doom. And then, Rod of Atos that you had mentioned, it even got nerfed this latest patch, so the likelihood of seeing that very unlikely. Earthshaker is in plenty of trouble, but he's like, all right, let's fight. Echo Slam, turn around, Grimstroke goes down, focus out to the right. He's going to be found by Monkey King, though. Bramble Spring from Chessie, perfectly landed. And down falls the Juggernaut. So good man up from Zibe, but more importantly, great team support from the side of the Final Tribe.
Yeah, it's just a really nice engagement with them. They were the ones trying to get aggressive. But they actually didn't commit the Inkswell very early. They committed it, like after the spin had worn off, so you didn't have that easy follow-up on the stun. And it just allows him to get the Echo Slam off. The rest of his DP rotate in. You can't really hide in trees when there's a Monkey King on top of him. And another kill across the map.
Well, just watching that mid lane, I mean, that's just the classic Morphling rotation mid. As Monkey King also collapsed in, and with Tiny there too, OD just got caught from a couple of different angles and could not get out of there. So now Morphling going to go back to the top lane, as nobody was up there because of that. But clearly worth his time. You do also notice OD is working on in fact, he finished his Hannah Midas. Already one use of it, so greedy build there. But Juggernaut bottom lane. Earthshaker cannot block. And the spin is successful. However, Rubik still going to be pursued. Does have the level 3 enchant totem. Casa makes his way out, though, so unable to catch initially. Thus they keep running.
Yeah, I really thought that the draft of Sexy should have been able to dominate, at least 2 of these lanes, but I have to really commend the side of the... Oh, wow, I did not see that kill coming.
They tried to go on Monkey King, he just walked away. Good Wukong's placement behind the trees there, and again, the team support I keep going back to. TFT is playing very well, supporting one another.
Yeah, exactly. These rotations, they've really been on point. The Monkey King rotating for this first rune, then rotating to help bottom lane. And then, as you say, you don't expect your top lane Morphling to have left it. You expect him to be in the jungle. But so the side of the Final Tribe, they're playing very well. And they might lose their Cupid Light eventually. But Zibe's here with a nice Fissure block.
He's fine. Fissure block pretty damn good. Can't get through it, so... Connell will just walk it off, kill the Phantom's Embrace, and Earthshaker already has the point booster picked up. So, yeah, Zibe is certainly farming very well. He's third right now overall in net worth. The top belonging to Monkey King, and then right behind him is OD, as we mentioned, the Hannah Midas pickup from the top. He's going to try to go for a kill on Zibe. Has that Inkswell. Connell, can he blinding light in time? No, he cannot. The Sanity's Eclipse to really make sure to get the kill. Now, OD. He's going to run the other direction as he imprisons, but nice kill on Earthshaker, slowing down the Dag's progress.
Yeah, and especially now that, he's bought the first part of it, he's committed. He now has to get that another 3,000 gold. You can't, just stop off for a Blink Dagger and another initiation item. So it is a long build-up here on the Earthshaker, and so getting picked off, it really does hurt.
And Tiny's like, get back here, I want to toss you. He's not letting him go. Grimstock, he's gonna be tossed in. Oh, Soulbind catches the double imprisonment. Now Monkey King as well. He was just here joining in on the trees, but the imprisonment or the Soulbind wears off. And now Jesse walking the other direction. Earthshaker's back in. He does have an Echo Slam again. We saw what happened last time. So yeah, the Radiant squad, SexyAsF, may want to fall back as they're doing right now, although I just say that. Did you got another imprisonment out? Although Will-O-Wisp pulling in Doom. The toss from Handskin. Inks will apply to Doom. Will-O-Wisp is doing work, though. They cannot kill it. A third stun on Doom. He finally gets out, though. Just a little too tanky.
Yeah, so both teams just keeping each other occupied in the middle lane, but the side of the Final Tribe, they're the ones to actually gain objective from it, because Frosty's just here in this mid lane. He had turned himself into the Juggernaut at some point, so he's got himself a very nice healing ward. So just able to pressure this tier 1 tower all by himself, while the rest of his team, they're busy keeping Sexy in this bottom lane while they get an engagement, and they're not able to get anything out of it. Scarlock, he was a little bit too late to get the double Doom off.
Tiny ports to the top lane. He's going to soak up some farm. Conskin playing it. In position 4 technically, but he wants to try to get that Blink Dagger sooner than later if he can. Monkey King, Jesse's been moving a lot. This has not been a static farming Monkey King. He's been moving. This is going to be a third Wukong, I believe, on top of the Echo Slam. It is a beefy boy in Doom, but they do have the damage, so very worth that kill to use a couple of ultimates. And they'll back off. Echo Saber in the works for Monkey King.
Yeah, I really like how Chessie's been playing this Monkey King. Not just his raw execution in the mid lane, where he probably did better than he should have versus an OD, but just the rotations he's been making. Monkey King is a very good early game pressure hero, and if you keep up that pressure, it feels really bad to play against him. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's just been rotating around all the lanes, applying this pressure, and they've killed this Doom once again. And Doom, he hit level 6 ages ago. He's almost level 10 now, and we're still yet to see the first usage of his ultimate, and that's not what you want to be doing. You want to use your long cooldowns to net you kills.
Yeah. OD is working on that Blink. Looking to have that soon. And again, the Midas build is nothing unique. We've definitely seen it before. Was that the play here, though? Considering the game state, it's something like a Kaya earlier on. We've also seen much more better momentum builder.
I mean, the question of it really is, what is the game plan for the side of Sexy? What are they waiting for personally? Because I just assumed the OD was like, you know, we're not planning to come online for a little while. You know, you can see Focus. He's building a diffusal blade himself after his drums. So you know, the rest of his side aren't looking to farm. So there's no point going for a power peak of a Kaya or an early Hurricane Pike. So you might as well invest your money into a farming item that means when your side does peak, it's going to be an even stronger one. So I just think that's their idea behind it, because they want to be fighting at the same time. So there's no point him having his Kaya where he's going to be the only one ready to fight, because he'll lose your 1 versus 5 because his Juggernaut's still farming.
Yeah. All right, pause here. Hopefully good to go soon. Apparently, you know, TFT just needs that 1 extra minute. It looks like they're ready, though. And we're zooming on with game 2. Again, 1-0 lead for the Final Tribe here in the elimination match for these two teams. G League Invitational. Jesse, he is going to complete the Echo Saber, delivering out the Ogre Axe to do so. Bottom lane, though, 3-man smoke gank. And they are going to be exposed. They've been hit by the Avalanche that's stolen by Rubik. However, good response with the Blinding Light, and he's good for now, but Doom's charging in. Does he have Doom? He's going to use it yet, at least. Centaur Stomp, and they're just going to kill him before Doom is even necessary. Phantom's Embrace Silence doing work. And they make the kill happen, so it was looking like it wasn't going to be for a little bit, but good job keeping on chasing.
Yeah, they just have so much chase, especially with these drums, the phase boots. There's no way an Earthshaker's getting away from that. And you know, I said you want to use your Doom whenever it's off cooldown, but when you have a kill secured, you definitely shouldn't waste those long ultis.
Juggernaut with the early drums. That's picked up. Morphling doesn't even care about him. He's just going to go for the tower instead. Morph is up in a second. Frost has that too, with the wraparound. Grimstroke coming in the flank. Yeah, this is going to catch Frost off guard. Now he gets the heal ward at least, but that's going to be destroyed. The lance goes in, and Frost, he kills it immediately. Good reaction from Frost. That was a very quick one, man. He did a lot of things quickly there.
Yeah, a great job focusing the Phantom's Embrace. Unluckily for SSA Spartan that, you know, this is only level 1. If he did have level 3 in it, he probably would have been stunned by the Inkswell, but he correctly identified, what is it I need to do? I have to get rid of this silence, and I managed to escape. So not panicking there when he saw the entire side. But, you know, Tokyo, the first usage of Doom, it's happening here in this bottom lane.
Oh, big will-o-wisp, though, so Doom is not going to get the kill on Earthshaker, and that's going to wear off in a second, so he's got the Echo Saber, or Echo Slam even, to use Echo Saber on hand of Monkey King, and the Wukong's perfect placement to take out OD. Zibe, you would love to get more out of this now. After the Radiant team was the one pursuing, you mentioned the Doom activated for it, and oh, I thought that was an axe for a second. I was like, wait, he already has it? But no, that was the poor man's Blink Dagger from Tiny, also known as Toss, as he throws in Earthshaker. So good combo there, and beautiful turn from the Final Tribe.
Yeah, I had the same thinking as you when I saw Zibe leaping through the air. I was like, I'm sure that's not the range of the Aghanim Scepter, but was really cool. So they doomed him over here, but he juked them so nicely in the trees that he bought enough time for the rest of his team to be able to respond, and Doom was already fading on him, and they prioritized killing off the OD because he's the main damage dealer, and then they know they're free to clear up everyone else.
Cottle just pushing out mid lane, as a good Keeper of the Light does, even as the main support. Zibe is 600 gold from that axe, though, and talk about the mobility, and yes, again, the route change started to deter it a little bit, but as I was mentioning earlier, I don't think this is a game where he's any bit concerned of that being an issue, as Tiny gets comboed up at the top lane, thrown in the air. And then, yeah, the Avalanche helping, though, and he tosses it into the tower. He has TP support. Tiny's dead, okay. Nope, maybe not. Okay, the Arcane Orb does finish the job, but hanging around a while to make that kill happen. Rubik, he'll survive, but the waveform, that range, pretty ridiculous, gets the kill.
Yeah, he has the talent for it, so you might as well use it to the very end of its abilities. They just took a little bit too long dealing with the Tiny. He got out a really nice 3-man avalanche, and again, you know, the side of the Final Tribe, they're making these really good rotations to back up their supports and carries when need be.
Doom with the blink drums. Oh, Diffusal's almost finished on Juggernaut. So, man, he got those drums himself really early on. In fact, he's still sitting on the 6 charges, though. I've always, I don't know, that's kind of like a pet peeve of mine, I guess, whenever I see something like that and not even using a charge, or not saying you should be forcing it, but, you know, it's like almost why have the drums that early on if you're not necessarily going to use it for what it's really meant for.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, you see it as a, you know, you get the stats to be early aggressive, but you know this Juggernaut, he's been busy farming. But oh, Hanskin, he was trying to farm himself. And...
oh, he used it there.
Yeah, see, he's using his charges just as the time calls. But yeah, he's really been farming. I feel that's the first time we've seen this entire game from Focus, and he will have his diffuser blade once he picks it up from base. But what I was going to talk about is Chessie's Monkey King is doing very well. Already the full completed Echo Saber and is going to have the Maelstrom next. So that means this Wukong's command is going to start to do some real damage because all of his... oh god, what are the names of them? The soldiers or whatever, the other monkeys, they will start to proc that chain lightning.
Statues. I don't know, but yeah, very good synergy.
Yeah,
Maelstrom, Executor. Look at the top lane. Does he have the Ags now? He sure does. Another Shaker, Tiny jumps in. There's the Ags initiation. He got the spin off though. The Echo Slam essentially does nothing. He's going to be sold, but it's one the double team now on Coddle and Earthshaker. It's not the prime opening. However, they do kill OD still, as he got stuck in that Wukong's command. So it wasn't the prettiest initiation, but still a victory for TFT, and it could be more. Grimstroke also picked off, and they may try to go for an objective after the fact now.
Yeah, the side of Sexy, they were not expecting that many people to be there from the side of the Final Tribe. They didn't know they were signing up for a full 5v5 engagement. And Zibe, unfortunately, his Echo Slam was a bit wasted, but Hanskin over here at the back lines, was that a stolen Echo Slam?
Yeah, stolen, but didn't really do a lot, to be honest. It looked kind of pretty, but he used it in a very open area. And without the Aftershock, it's not nearly as powerful. Juggernaut's dead. No, the spin. And everyone's flying through the freaking air. What is going on? Tiny Airlines. We got Ags. An Earthshaker. He's going to jump in once again as the Will-O-Wisp catches Grimstroke on top of the Shrine. The Fissure. But off right. I guess it stopped OD, and it might set up by killing him eventually. Triple kill for Stipe. TFT's just not stopping. They kill OD, and they're going to go to kill TF. They just leap all over the place. It is kind of ridiculous when you think about it. They got Monkey King. They have Tiny. They have an Act Earthshaker. How do you stop them?
By the way, have you seen where Frost is while all of that was going on?
Wow. Yep. There you go.
But it's exactly as you say, the amount of chase, the amount of follow they have. You know, Morphling, he's gone for the waveform talent. The Monkey King, he's going to be in the trees. Zibe, you know, it doesn't have the cooldown of Blink Dagger. It just has this 5-second cooldown, and then you're able to follow up with your next initiation after initiation, and I guess that's why he favors the Ags. And I don't know if you caught a really cool play here. By the Juggernaut. The Monkey King was leaping through the trees, and before he landed on the tree, he cut it with the Quelling Blade, and that's what kept him alive for a tiny bit of time. It was a really cool thing to watch.
Clever play there, but in the end, not enough to save himself. And top tier 1 also going to be killed now, but boy, has this game opened, is now wide open even. I'm trying to stay there. It's now nearly a 12,000 net worth lead at 21.5 minutes as they take out the tower. And yeah, you mentioned Morphling. Obviously, he killed Roshan. He has an Eye of Scotty. He goes the casual Morbid Mask and then right into the Eye of Scotty. And oh, that waveform, a little awkward. He went forward, the hero went back, but they get the kill. That's what matters. Chelsea credit for it, and that's a tier 2 tower as well. TFT, just the pain trains are coming.
Yeah, and with this Aegis, I don't see any reason why they should stop. You know, they have all their big spells. They have Echo Slam, even if they want it. But, you know, Zibe, he's, you know, proven that already they don't need the Echo Slam to be able to win the fight. They just put down the Wukong's command, and now how is anyone meant to fight into this?
You're not. You gotta wait it out. There you go. Now they have a little bit of an opening. The Soulbind applied to Morphling. I mean, he's got an Aegis, so he just might even accept that. He's gonna go backward, and Soulbind wears off, though. And he morphed into Juggernaut. He pops a heal ward once again. That seems to be his favorite target for sure.
I mean, it's not just for the healing wards. It's like whenever you're up against a life stealer, you always morph into life stealer. It's about that free magic immunity.
Yeah.
Because it's just so good.
Yeah, you can see the spinning animation looks a little funky, but certainly part of why I loved it. And in fact, you see right here, spin on spin action.
It's like popping your PKB to hit high ground, but you know it's someone else's ability. And Zibe, they're smoked up here. They're really hoping someone from the side of Sexy overextend, and they'll be able to do what they just did in the Radiant jungle, just go pick off after pick off.
God, seeing Tiny working on Echo Saber now. Let's support Tiny. Link Echo Saber just around the corner, so a lot more damage to come. Earthshaker. Oh, he's got a casual plate mail. He wants to build in Lotus Orb next in line. As they're pursuing, they see the heroes over here. But they say, you know what? You're all the way over there. We're going to go back to the left and kill your 2-tier tower and maybe even pressure the top tier 3 again.
I mean, what top tier 3? That's
yeah, the racks.
yeah, because I mean, Shrine's exposed. It's 23 minutes in, and you know, I favored the lineup of Sexy because we thought they'd be able to accomplish more in the early game, but we were just so wrong. We underestimated the power of this Monkey King. Like, I feel Chesty, he came out ahead in the lane he shouldn't have, and then his rotations, they've just always been spot on.
No, Chesty played phenomenal. From the laning phase matchup, doing well on that, and then to the movement, yeah, it really was something. It's not something we see from a lot of these core Monkey Kings. I feel like he knows how to play aggressive with it. In fact, he's got, Astral Firstman is saving Juggernaut for now. He's gonna save him in the long run, though. He just starts walking away. Frost focusing on the racks, however.
They do have Doom and the Grimstoke ultimate. That is, I think that's really what they think they need to do, but you just do not want to Doom Frost because he has a freaking Aegis.
Well, there's the Fissure Stun. They're just going to blow him up. Oh, he gets the spin off, so he's going to be fine. There is the Soul Line. Where's the Double Doom? You know it's coming. There we go, Double Doom. Eventually going to be applied. The Echo Slam. It really only hit Doom, maybe OD a little bit. The Will-O-Wisp also helped zoning them out. And the Wukong's going to be thrown down now on top of that. God, it's just, it is something here with this lineup of TFT. Good luck fighting into it. Double buyback happens, but the Maniacs is still alive for now.
I mean, they got double Doom and they didn't get the kill. They might be able to get the Aegis across, but saved by the Glimmer Cape. The Omni Sash is just tanked by the entire team. And, I just see it. Yeah, they just call GG. It's just too much. I mean, he dropped the sanities because he already knew it was over. You usually don't do that unless you have any intelligence stacks to up.
Yeah.
But yeah, the side of the final try, they looked a lot cleaner than game number 1. Just their rotations were absolutely spot on. Like wherever they went, wherever they TP'd in heroes, they were able to get kills. They were fighting under their own towers, and they brought the right amount of heroes to be able to get these great turnarounds, and it just led to them coming into this mid game being absolutely insanely strong. And you know, when they got their blink taggers, when they got their Aghanim's, the initiation items, there was just no escape for the side of Sexy.
I was having fun watching Nux do the shifting there at the end on Morphling, and just almost kept tempting them to go in, and that's why they did initiate, and then sure enough, popped onto the strength when needed, and very, very comfortable with the hero, clearly. So 4-0-5 stat line for him, 8-0-10 on Chessie, and just really, though, TFT, great team effort. Only gave up 5 kills, 1 kill each. That's fun to look at from the side of SexyAsF. But yeah, beautiful performance from TFT. So what that means is they stay alive in Group A, and they'll now play in the decider match come tomorrow. So that's what's going to be on the line. But that means today we are going to be coming to a conclusion. We've made some progress here in Group A action, and we have at least the one team we know that's moving out of Group A. That, of course, I'm blanking now.
Windstrike.
Windstrike, that's right. Windstrike going to be moving on. There you go. Now it's going to come down to Priest versus TFT in the decider match. On the other side, Vega Squadron did advance on in that first spot, and it looks like Uvageni Hope defeated Empire in the elimination match. So it's going to be Uvageni Hope versus Singularity in their decider match. So those decider matches going to be tomorrow. And I believe at least one of the semifinals maybe tomorrow as well. I'll have to double check on that. But point is, got plenty more Dota taking place looking forward to seeing how that all plays out. But our day coming to a conclusion. Any shout outs, any last thoughts before we do?
It's been a pleasure. It's been really, really good Dota. Some very exciting games. I feel, obviously I enjoyed casting previously, but having a fresh new patch, it really feels like there are some really new ideas out there. The side of Windstrike with their wonderful push strat that now they've got 2 first ban heroes already apparently. And just really good Dota around. I'm looking forward to maybe finally see a new Agnim's upgrade used. But thank you everyone for watching who's enjoyed me. I'm at Hasbers Gains in Twitter. Everyone's supported me so far that I've managed to win a Epicenter casting competition. So just thanks to everyone for the support so far, and thank you very much again to you, Breaky, for inviting me on, and QI League.
No problem. 3 best-of-3s is what's set up for tomorrow. The decider match are going to be played at the same time, one on each stream, and then the semifinals will be covering both of those. So that's the game plan, full schedule for tomorrow. And then on Monday will be the grand finals, a best out of 5 grand finals to determine the winner. So some more great Dota once again coming. Patch 7.22 is here. We most certainly got to see some of the changes already, but like you're talking about, there's still plenty more to witness, and it's an exciting time, especially when you get a new patch like this and casting Dota. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to be wrapping up tonight. Shout out to Chi League. Shout out to you guys tuning in, and shout out to the victors for today. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Until then.